welcome to the Morning Skate Show with the hockey coach Guru. Coach Francis Cliff on the Sunshine State is 71 Fahrenheit, about 22, excuse me, 22 Celsius if you're leaving, and Canada maybe. First day of February 1st, 2022. Welcome aboard. Thanks for joining us. I don't know what's going on with my voice, my throat. But we have a few people in the house already. And Bob the Truck, Bob the Builder, or Bob the Stock with hi, Bob the Truck. Not that one, apologize. This one. It's a lounge break for everybody. For some of you, if you live in the Eastern, we already see Danny T in the house. He's maybe not at the shack. We want to welcome, but say hi to our best friend, collaborator, insider of the warm-up show. He's traveling right now. He's driving somewhere in Toronto somewhere. But he's listening us. He cannot be in the show. We want to ask him to tell him, Mr. Enotap, thanks to listening the Hockey Nation live show live. The monkey boy is in the house. I can see smiling. I can see dreaming. I can see carry on the Stanley Cup. I can see celebrate because they are on fire. Unbelievable. Been in the South Florida for over 6 years. I never see that kind of it's just the people around here. They are all about the Panthers everywhere. They text me. They try to talk to me about the Panthers. It's just amazing. A lot of great game last night in NHL. Unfortunately, I cannot have the time. I'm watching this all last night, this morning, late last night, and then this morning I'm watching all the highlights, everything like that. But what about the Panthers again? What about Mason Marchand? I'm going to show to you by number what happening last night. Of course, the Toronto Maple Leafs. She's going to show up in the next couple. She show up right there.
You are awesome.
She's back, Miss Kelly, in the house with Miss Austin Matthews. A hat trick last night and before Mr. Matthews. And I was watching the score when I was at the rink late last night. And then I was, they are losing 4-2, and then they come back 6-4. So I imagine myself live here with Kelly, Danny, Jose, Kevin, and all against Enotap, and then Roger, and then talking each other between the league come back and find a way to win 6-4 against the Devils. So I said, wow, imagine that shot, how it's going to be a lot of the steamy post by everybody inside that. But let's talk about welcome back before we talk about the game. First of all, Run with Kings 20 is in the house. What about Mr. Yamo Vertanen is in the house? We have the Finland again, Mr. Ville O in the house. What about Mr. Corey Hill from Ottawa Senators? They won last night. Andrew Ford is in the house. Oh! You cannot ask her more when you see the Cubano in the house. The Cubano is back. She's sure he was somewhere traveling and vacation, somewhere Mexico, South America. He was somewhere. He's back in the house, Mr. Frank Salazar in the house this morning. From Kemptville in Ontario, I can't wait to see what is the weather over there. But Mr. Dixon Automobile, the night and the morning is Mr. Dan Ogilvy is with us this morning. What about 11 game today? I thought I have 12, but it could be 11. I don't know. London is second in the rookie point and the top plus a minus by the monkey. Yeah. And I think Yamo said a 3-point power play. The only thing I know, he had 32 points. He has 27 points and 5 versus 5 even strength. So if you had 3 points on power play, you have maybe 2 points on the short-ended. I don't have the stat in front of me, but Andon Lundell have to be a nomination, have to be in the race for the Calder Trophy. We have to find a way that people talk more about Andon Lundell because, again, playing South Florida, you not promote. Everybody's going to talk about Raymond. They're going to talk about Zegras. They're going to talk about Zeder. And obviously, maybe Lundell's going to go under the radar because of that situation, but hopefully, people will recognize what kind of player he is. Andon Lundell is unbelievable. I can imagine for the next 5 years the punchline between Barkov and Lundell. This is the same thing with Crosby, Malkin carry on the team for many years in Pittsburgh. So it will be interesting to see that. Joseph. Everything is big in Texas. The cookies are big in Texas. He's back after he missed the 1 day yesterday. He's back in the house today with the New Jersey Devils. We need to hear more about what happening, Mr. Joseph. Yesterday, you are leading 4-2 against the lead. And obviously, the Devils fall apart. And what about Stevenson, the defenseman, 28? I don't know his last name is Stevenson or Stevenson, whatever it is. But the 2 versus 1 with Marn, I think it was Kerfoot. Stevenson, he was watching the goals. It was so funny. If you watch the replay of this goal, Stevenson tried to stop the puck, the pass on the wrong side of the player. He was completely lost. You talk about a play where he was lost. I understand he played almost 30 minutes. And but again, it was a funny to see that for sure. But Mr. Joseph Lahan in the house. We have 11 game tonight. Mr. RJ Calabro is back in the house with all the inside, all the update of what's going on around the league and NHL. Does his upset UCH pass on Lundell for goalie? Now they have unfortunately, Renault, the Montreal Canadiens did not pass on Lundell. Lundell was drafted 12 by the Florida Panthers. Goalie, Canadian goalie for Montreal Canadiens, it was 16. Mr. Renault, I just want to give you the fact of what happening about that one, Mr. Renault. You should talk about the first 11 team. Prior to that, they let Lundell slip until to the Panthers on that year. So Stevenson, here we go. Oh my God. You want to watch a video like this? Just watch this goal. And Mr. Jose Duarte for New York in the house. Ah, mon Pierrot Martin, il est de retour. Le Martinini est le retour. PM is with us this morning inside the house. Pierre Martin. Then, yeah, it's I think they should change their name, the Toronto Roller Coaster. I think that would be the right way to do that. RG Live Chat. Hello, Kelly Renault. As Marchman earned a big cheese a contract after one productive season. I don't think so, Renault. They will respect his, you know what I mean, like one game does not make a career. The funny thing, everybody talked this morning about Marchman. It was traded by the Toronto Maple Leafs. Toronto Maple Leafs gave everybody they produced somewhere else, like Freddie Anderson, McCann. Now we have Marchman. But you have to go. Campbell, 3 goals and 5 shots. Interrogation. People were thinking about now what going to do with goaltender. But you have to look in the mirror sometime. You let it go, Freddie Anderson, because everybody thought was Jack Campbell was the next Calgary prize for Toronto. It'll be interesting how he's going to respond about that. But some worries if you are Toronto Maple Leaf fans or maybe you are the organization, what are you going to do with the goaltender? Alec is doing well last night, 3-1. Leaf gave away Marchand for 4 games of Malin. Sometimes we never know about this, about that. Joseph said last night was his birthday yesterday. And they will let me down at the third leave. Joseph just turned 38. Here we go! Let's do it! Happy birthday to you, Joseph Laham! Birthday to you, Joseph Laham! Birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you! Joseph Laham turned 38 in the house today. Welcome, Mr. Joseph Laham. Happy birthday! Tomorrow, 5 games NHL. Merci, Pierre. Martin, Toronto love a give-up player and then complain about not having that scoring. Verhey. Carter Verhey. Doing well. Marchand is over a point per game, and you are free now, so the start Avalanche there. Yes, Renault, but it's not a kind of player he's going to be right now. It's just take advantage of what's going on. I don't see Marchand is going to be that kind of players in NHL, but you have to give credit to go for assists yesterday. Now 16 people. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes right here. Likes. I'm like Bob the truck. I'm stuck. Likes. Anyway, Coach is on fire today. Be careful, guys. I'm on fire right now. I don't know what's going on with me, but I'm on fire. Here we go. You're welcome, Joseph. A pleasure. Toronto signed to $14 million. What do you think about Matt Murray? He has 4 wins right now. Matt Murray's turning his season very well, Corey. We have to give credit. Everybody blame him last season. Have a really bad year over there with Ottawa. But this season, we have to give credit. And they won yesterday without Norris and Patterson. Murray was excellent. And the Oilers, we'll see what's happening. Sorry, Cap, make it impossible to keep all your best players. Pierre Martin, absolutely right about that one over there. London showing us that NHL is not a development league. London is showing us like, all right, I'm not sure why you try to explain like a development league. 3 goals, 5 goals, acceptable. Canberra is not number 1. I said that when they got rid of Freddie. Happy birthday, RG. Some you guys, you're amazing. You tell him this. It's great about that one. Coach is ADHD today. Yeah, all the way there. 17 likes. Rick Stark, Captain Canada Olympics. Yamo said, wow, are you going to watching Olympics? If I was watching the Olympics, the hockey Olympics, I would watch the game only USA, Canada, women. That would be the only game I would watch over there. It would be interesting to follow this. The Czechia, the name they want to do this, like they don't have enough players anymore for the Olympics. They cannot bring also Jaromir Jagr. So that's pretty cool. I don't know what's going on with that. Desharnais got an A, and Moreau got an A as an assistant over there for the team Olympics. And then, I don't know. I don't follow football a lot, but I'm always reading and learning from the greatest of the greatest. But Tom Brady announced today he's retiring of the football NFL, and we have to, 44 years old for what he accomplished, one of the best quarterback never been in NFL, retired today. So I just want to sharing, with you that news about this. Put me in, GB, in the house. Tonight I'm doing the Toronto Maple Leafs again, the New Jersey Devils tonight. How is it possible on that? It's so good yet pick up top 10 Renault. Because you never know. A pick draft is not a science, and you never know. At that time, one thing was not good about that one. It was the fact his skating. It was maybe average at that moment. But he slipped between the other team. I'm not worried about the top six. It's just 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Those teams really miss a Lundell, to be honest with you. But it's like I said, draft, you can complain about Bergevin, Timmins, everybody, but everybody make mistake, and it was going to be like this all the time in the NHL. And if it's easy after to reevaluate a draft 2-3 years later, it's, oh my God, I wish I could draft that one. Look, Philip Zadina, number 6. And I'm sure Detroit would take again Zadina when you recognize what's going on in NHL. So Cal McCarr, number 4, right? So it's not a sense about that. That's why I never complaining about the people make the draft. It's so hard. You never know. Some people, the maturity of someone, the development of someone could be at 18, 19, 20, and some would be at 22, 23, 24. And some are 6'6", take a little bit longer. At 6'2", a little bit less. And you never know. It's always a development of players, and some make it at that late in their career. And that makes sometimes it really difficult to select a players. And so this is the guy who's going to be that way, or this. It's too hard. Yeah, too many factors go around. At least you're an exception. You know, it's easy like an exception to see that. Coach, I will see you for the game. Awesome. I will watch no matter who play, but one Finland visit Russia or Sweden every time big game. I'm sure Finland, Sweden will be something big for sure. Would London be number 1 in 2020 redraft? I think yes. You know, he's going to be one at the top over there for sure. If I remember, London, it was the same way with Raymond, right? And Zetters. If I do it, I will do Maurice Zetter. I think Zetter is unbelievable. But I think Zetter was not the same year. I think Zetter came the year before that. I like watching Canada, Richard, more que Canada, USA. Pierre Martin. In our top, joining us this morning. Coach, no. In our top, is driving on the 410 right now, or 41. He's going to turn right at the lights. You see? He's turning right now. Now he's going to take the street at Oakville. So we're going to see him tonight at 5 o'clock. The Hall of Famer, Tom Brady. Coach, do you need to referee basketball game? And tonight you'll be leaving on the YouTube channel. No, I'm not referee basketball. I have no clue. I only ref hockey, RJ. And tonight I'm off, and tomorrow night I'm off. So I'm going to do the game. Leave come from behind, win again New Jersey. Canadian Adep is still celebrating his Evan Matthews. Good day for Brady. Mr. Andy Koivula is back in the house. Complete the Finland line in the house. It's about the flat match he wants. Coach question, if Blues want Chariot, who do you have take? I think in return they will try to get, it depends. Ken Hughes never mentioned the name. He doesn't want to mention if he's rebuild, retools, whatever you call it. You can call it. I think any players, anything you get for the players, you try to get a prospect, a draft pick. That will be my first recommendation about that one over there. They're never going to trade Robert Thomas for sure. They don't have a lot over there. So for me, hopefully they can get a draft pick for the St. Louis Blues in return. They're not going to give some quiz, or they don't have a lot over there in return to Montreal Canadiens. I don't want to get Scandella with something like that. So I'm not sure St. Louis is going to Chariot, to be honest with you. But it's a good question for sure about that. I think the fantasy coach have Matthews. No, Mr. Inotap destroyed me yesterday again. GB, the app will take the water boy. Kelly hat trick for Matthews. Yes. I think Chariot is only as good as Jody Ben, so expect Hilton to be less of expect coach. No, I think if you compare Chariot to Jody Ben, you're not really great. Jody Ben has always been a defenseman number 5 and 6. Ben Chariot has always been a defenseman number 4 and 3 as a second pairing. Ben always be a back. Ben cannot carry on the puck. Ben cannot score the goal. For me, my evaluation, Chariot is better at Jody Ben. And again, the expectation of Chariot to get a first-round pick or that high-level pick is because at the trade deadline, people gave more at the value of the players. It's been like this forever. It's not because the player is Chariot. David Savard got a first-round pick last season. It is what it is. That's how it works at trade. The problem this year, and the problem Montreal is going to get with Chariot, is because they have a lot of players going to be on the sailor at that moment of trade deadline. He's not going to be the only defenseman. He's going to have a bunch of the defensemen are on the market at the trade deadline, like a lot of forward. So a team like Montreal with Kulak, Petrie, Chariot, they are the 3 players right now. They are looking maybe to make a trade at some point, or maybe not get. Petrie have a better value at Chariot on the market at that moment because he is right defenseman. And they don't have a lot of right defensemen. And the people always believe whatever someone have a bad year, it's not, they will believe that Petrie can become the players he can be. And that's how it's been like this all the time. So Petrie have a better value. It's just they have 15 teams they can trade again. It's not easy to make a trade. And I maybe will said Petrie have a better value during the offseason at the trade deadline. So you maybe keep him all the way. Anyway, I'll be honest with you, whatever he played bad, they don't have anybody as a right defenseman. That's what they are right now. They don't have no right defenseman. They have only him and Whiteman. Savard is out. So it'll be interesting how they're going to do with Petrie. But Petrie have a better value. I think some team in the West Conference could take Petrie and their team at that moment more as Chariot again, because you compete with Langholm, Manson, and the Kleinberg, and the list can go all the way. They have about 10 defensemen can be traded at the trade deadline, and that's make the value of a Chariot lower because of that situation over there. Let's go back right there. New Jersey is a potential spoiler for any team willing to make a playoff playing bunch. But yeah, exactly. Pierre Martin, talk about San Jose. You have Subban, you have Stevenson over there. So they have a couple of players, defensemen. You can consider like other players over there. Go leave, GB. The Muppet is on his way out. Obviously, it could happen a little bit longer. We'll see how Ken Hughes can carry out them. Jody Ben really owns his career to Montreal, having such a bad decor, which got him ice time he did not see in Dallas. We have, again, Jody Ben is just a deep defenseman, number 6, and he never performed overall. He was, a house defenseman. Like he scored 1 goal per year. That's Jody Ben. He hit a little bit, but it's like, they have a lot more better defensemen than him overall. Scandy is better than Chariot. No. I'm hiding Andy. Tyler Ennis scored on his team, Edmonton Oilers, that he played with for the 2 years. That's what you're talking on that one over there. Tyler Ennis have a good, right now, a couple of days or a couple of games. He have a hat trick last week, I believe, or 2 weeks ago. He's doing, he take advantage of the injuries the Ottawa has at that moment. If not, it will be at the bottom, and it will take, 10, 12 minutes. So good for him. He took advantage of that one over there. How good could see you? Once Chariot came to the Montreal, he did not have much initial experience. He was at par with Kulak. When you have experience with Chariot, first of all, he came for the Winnipeg Jets, right? and he jumped as a second pairing defenseman with the Montreal Canadiens. Like I said, he's a defenseman, second pairing defenseman in NHL. Charrier is much better. Ben, Pierre Martin, I agree with you. Campbell looking weak, letting way too many goals. He struggled, right? After a great start with the first 12 game with 1.76, I believe, a save percentage of .93 and more. It does not looking good at that moment, GB. I agree with you about that. This is a great show as a staff defenseman for the Jets. When he was played for the Winnipeg Jets, it was, a defenseman more 4, 5, and 6 at that moment because the defenseman was really good and Winnipeg GB because they have at that moment big F. They have Tyler Myers over there, and I missed someone right now in my head, and I cannot remember his name, but you have a better defenseman. And when he was over there, it was second pairing and the third pairing at the Winnipeg Jets. But that moment, remember, that defenseman was solid and about that for the Jets. He played really well his role over there, GB. He was at the right chair over there. I take Savard over Chariot. At least David has a nice hands. Wow. I completely not agree with you about that one over there. When do you see David Savard carry on the puck? How do you see Savard, score? He scored 1 goal per year. I don't know why you don't give credit for Ben Chariot about that one over there. It's two different players. You consider Chariot, Savard is another Jordy Ben. It's a young Cole. It's a Redel Gudas. That's kind of player they are. Savard. That's what Savard and, like I just mentioned to you, that's what they are. Do you think other teams would want to trust Petrie? Yes. Yes. Think about this, Ron. Do you think people would take Evander Kane? Do you think people would take Phil Kessel? Right? He's been there. He did it. He have a 12. Last season, guys, I make some point. I would try to I did something yesterday by number with Jeff Petrie. He was at the top best defenseman last season until at the game number 29. It was the best top 12 in any categories in NHL. Assist, point, goal. He was completely dominate last season. He struggled on the defense after that. And the year before that, he had 45 points. So people would believe Jeff Petrie can become, So defense is a right defenseman. Not many people are the right defenseman. So you can look about that, right? You can because Vegas cannot get him. But now they will look about Calgary. They have Anderson over there and you have Danev. Both are right defensemen over there. Then after that, you have Grobenson. Can they would like to get Jeff Petrie? I don't know, but that's the point. Then you go to LA, who they have as a air defenseman over there. I don't see big defensemen in Los Angeles. They would like maybe Jeff Petrie. I just mentioned that. I don't say they will want, but that's the kind of team they could maybe be interested. They don't have right defensemen. Then you go to Anaheim. They don't need him. They have enough. Then you can go, you do the list like this all the way over there. And then you realize, why, possible we can do that. So you have a team in West Conference looking for that kind of defenseman for sure. They could add that players over there. But again, it's a shot. Montreal has a history of popping up average defensemen and those stars, but when they leave, they fall apart down to Hart, Sorry, Strain, Ben, Chariot, Petrie, etc. I totally not thought that Campbell was not that good and that Freddie could not be replaced. And Freddie need one very good left. They have right hand. Yes, exactly, Yamo. That's what they're missing over there. I still believe they should trade Tippett for Giordano. If I was there, they are so close to win the Stanley Cup. I would trade Owen Tippett for Giordano. Giordano can play 2 more years in NHL. And I think he will satisfy And for me, it's not about only the defenseman. It's the leadership. He's a captain. He have a lot of experience in NHL. That would bring another one inside the team over there. And he will play. Joe Thornton, he may be not bad there during the playoff. For me, Giordano is the key for them as a left defenseman. I think that's what he should targeting about that one there. Now, can he make a big trade for Jacob Chikrin? That's possible. I don't say Chikrin is out from Florida, but they will have to pay a little bit the cost for that part over there. And how, I don't know if they have everything to give up that kind of quality of defenseman. I would love to see Renault team take the ice, watch out Montreal. The basement would be tight. Campbell is a great, but Leaf are learning too much on him. He's worn out. That's a good comments about that. I think that's all Florida need. I agree with you about that. Chariot would be amazing for Florida. Left D, very solid. But because he's going to be at the right chair, right? He's going to be on the third chair. And that would be satisfied the Florida and the way he play. And whatever they have Montour on the right or him, I think that's great about that. Savon Columbus, what offensive beast coach avec Anderson and Brett Mann. No. Again, Savard and Columbus, he was on the second pairing defenseman, right? And because now you tell me that, I would tell you exactly. I'm going to give you exactly how you consider a defenseman like him on the offensive side. You have to explain me to that part over there because I don't see what you saw. All right. David Savard, guys, all right, until 14, that's what he got. All right, at the beginning, like 8 years ago, you have 11 goals. Then you have 4, 6, 4, 8, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. For the last 5 years, right, he does not, you have only 3 goals in the last 4 years. Prior to that, right, you have an average of 5 goals per year. You have 1 year, it was unbelievable. You have 11 goals and 12, 14, and 15, right? That year, the year I'm talking about, you have played 22 minutes, tell you why. After that, his time dropped all the ways below that part of there. He's play about 20 minutes. So what he did with the Columbus, right, he was play on the second pairing defenseman over there. Minus 17, minus 8, minus 19, minus 27, minus 3. The year he got that, he got plus 33 with 6 goals. He has 0 plus 0 on the when he have 11 goals. So my point to you is like he did not produce anymore the way it is. That's my point. Like he's not like Ben Chariot. You talk about a 34 years old about that. So I just want to sharing to you what the stat telling us about that. But it's so hard for Kelly. Ken is so much better at Clark Petrie coach. Kane, yeah. It's not compare. It's not. You cannot compare a defenseman a forward. About that, I think about is missing Mazen, but if I was them, I would try to trade Mazen, trade deadline. But who are you going to get and return GB? Mazen is perfectly great. What they're missing is the right defenseman, GB. Like take Campbell, take Justin Old yesterday. He make a big zone coverage yesterday over there. In front of net. Ottawa Senators are settled buyer at the trade deadline. Just wondering, no, they are going to be seller at Curry. They're not going to make the playoff. Just is wise that player and man a bit. Of course, Mr. Giordano is one of the best defensemen in NHL for many years. Was the Oilers Senator game on TV last night? I could not find it. Well, me, I have an ESPN Plus, so I don't know if he was somewhere in Canada. Ottawa would be a seller if they keep up with the rate. Yeah, they would be a seller. They were going to finish at the bottom 6 in NHL. Don't sleep on Toffoli. Trade only 2 years left on his deal. A cheap cap for his position. I don't know if they will trade Toffoli. It's all depends what they return. With Toffoli, they couldn't get more in return at this deadline. It depends, but I think Lekonen would be the right one at that moment. But again, I would not trade both of them. I think they should better to trade Anderson compared to Toffoli and Lekonen. If I was Montreal Canadiens, Josh Anderson have a great deadline value, I believe, because that's kind of power forward you need on the playoff. During the season, maybe not. But I think and he can run a $5.5 million. If I was Montreal, that would be my players I can get out. The salary cap is a problem. I think you build with Lekonen. Whenever he's 26 years old, Lekonen, he play with better players now. He produce more. I think Lekonen could be a really solid third line, and I think I will keep him. Again, all depends what you get in return. That's the problem we don't know and never see until they get it. I think Senator wants to sign a part extension. I think Senator extend Holden because yes, GB, you're absolutely right about what you said. I don't know anything, but I believe it's not coincidence that Petrie play one Sean was named head coach. That's a good point about that. The coincidence happened at that moment, almost at the same time, honestly. But yeah, I don't know if it's coincidence. Is the fact nurse at 26 minutes a game, a position less young pusher at 18 minutes concern for all nation? On the point, yes. On the physicality, no. But I think for me, they give him too much money for what he represents for the Edmonton Oilers. They a little bit longer term, they're going to regret that kind of money. And the Champ is the god of the. There we go. Sabres is like Manta. The game is all about defense, not making play that lead to goal. Manta have a great expectation for this kid when he played with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Coach, do you consider this season to be a normal year to consider your Montreal player value? How many games did the team play miss this season? It must more to territory. They was already at 374 game. I don't know if it was Friday, but that's what the kind of number they missed so far, 334. And they're looking about 600 at the end of the year if they consider the way they're thinking they're going to be. Coach, do you consider the season to be a normal? It's not normal for sure about that part, what they are. And, where is Bergeron Bruins will not extend a contract with Boston, Avs target or Senator target? Possible. I have no clue about Bergeron. I always thought Bergeron was going to finish his career with the Boston Bruins. So interesting what he's going to do. And the first contract make him not good value coach. He's as a good contract with you there. It's not about the contract again, Renault. It's about the players. Do you take Toffoli or you take Josh Anderson on the playoff? And that's the question about that one over there. It's not about the contract. Forward, like Josh Anderson during the playoff, where this tie is physical, you're going to have those kind of players like Drouin, Toffoli, Hoffman, Zapier. Tatar is another one during the playoff because they are not the people go in the corner. Josh Anderson would be more. It would be more utile for a team compared to Toffoli or other players like Hoffman, Tatar, Drouin, whatever they are. That's what they would be more. It would be more important for the team who looking absolutely to go to playoff and thinking they can have a good year, a good long period after playoff. They're going to be deep in the playoff. So I think Josh Anderson can have a lot of good asset for a team as a third wing, as a third line to go there. Because the physicality he bring, the speed he bring, that's what for me. If I go to playoff, I would take 5 times Josh Anderson at Hoffman, Tatar, Drouin, Toffoli. Because they don't play in the traffic. They play outside the traffic. And the playoff, that's what you need. The playoff, you need players show up and the physicality of the game. Um, Bergeron is an amazing player, GB. Yes, he is. Nick Lawrence signed 1 year contract happening on June. Yes, he did. Only contract with 2 years left available. Trade commission and this Tommy initial weather. I would do anything to keep Josh Allen on the team. Coach, you know, kind of said, yeah, exactly. Crazy absent number for Montreal. Exactly, Pierre. With Mazen, coach saying same as lady from Detroit 5.5 league could unload some salary. Lady is a left end shootout. Lady, you are free Mazen 2 more years. But again, Mazen is so much better to Nick Lady. To be honest with you, GB, I would take Mazen all the time compared to Lady, where a machine a turnover, machine a giveaway, not physical. And the playoff, Mazen will give you more deep game compared to Lady, unfortunately, GB. For me, I will go with Mazen over Lady, and he become a UFA. Now you're losing. You send Mazen, you get Lady, and now you don't have no left defenseman after that. So you have to be sure. Now, if you believe Dermott is your next defenseman, Sandin is your number 4, that's another way to thinking that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not the GM of Toronto, but that's the way they're thinking, Sandin versus Mazen and Lady. That's something you have to consider about that one over there. It's all about the circle, like you said. $1 I takes 100%. And I said Toffoli is not. But Toffoli and the playoff, and is not a kind of players like you need, and the physicality of the game, one is tied up, everything like that. The Toffoli, you have an average skating. Physicality is not there. The Toffoli is just a sniper. If you don't have the kind of players to give him the puck, all right, but he's not the great players. That's why you get with Toffoli a roller coaster, an average of 25 goals per year, because he's not a guy go to trash in front of the net to get those kind of goals over there. If he was doing this with a sniper he has, that guy can score 35 goals. But unfortunately, he's not a kind. And I say he's bad. I've just expressed to you, he's a great hockey player. It's just for me in the playoff situation I'm talking about. But again, I will go with Anderson for that kind. Anderson was painful to watch the last playoff. He was like a chicken with no head for my eyes. That's all right. Hey, Coach, nice to see you at Price's news conference. Hopefully back underneath for sure, especially back and farm for some game. Steve T, welcome aboard. Thank you so much. You are right about Anderson versus Toffoli, the one at our coach. Montreal need more physical size on the team, equal judgment, no trait. That's what I think. Did Reza play for the Abs? He is UFA Leaf, should contact star left wing. Did Reza for the Abs? Yeah, he did in the past. He is a UFA Leaf, should contact star. Honestly, I don't know what's going on with Reza. He have really bad years. The last 2 years, he struggled, GB. Secondly, you have to carry on a $7.5 million on your salary cap if you trade for him at the trade deadline. I think for the Toronto, I would not go for like for Radulov. That's personal me, because the salary cap, and then because he does not. But you never know what he could do with Toronto, honestly. But I don't know what you can do with the money about that. But again, Renault, do you believe he won the Stanley Cup because of 240? No, it's not because of 240. It's a team concept. 240 was a part of the team over there. All right, again, I will tell you one more thing. Let me check again. I want to be sure we are on the same page about that one over there. All right. I don't say again he's not good. I just said for the playoff, I would take Josh Anderson versus him. All right? So what happened with that part of that? All right? Try to go with that one over there. Hold on. So the time he won the Stanley Cup, he have 7 goals and 26 games. The year he won. The year before, in 12 games, he have 2 goals. After that, 5 games 0, 4 games 0, 7 games 2. Last season, he have only 5 goals and 22 games. All right? -6, -4, -1, -5 on power play. And 76 games in NHL career, he have 16 goals he has. That's what I said to you. For me, if you use him, I would not take him. Again, with the year he won the Stanley Cup, he played 13 minutes for Los Angeles. Right? Year 17, 18, it was really now he stepped up as a second line over there. He played 18 minutes. And Vancouver, during the playoff, he played 15 minutes. He have only 2 goals and everything like that. Again, for me, if I have a choice between Anderson and to beat Toffoli for the playoff, right, I would take Anderson. That would be my top of players. I would take Blake Coleman. I would play the grinder, the puck retriever. That would be the one over there. If I don't have that kind of players, I would not to have that kind of success because nobody would pick up the puck. That's what you need in the playoff. That's why McDavid and Trussell and the Oilers did not do last season. They don't have anybody to go that way. They hope right now with Kane and Hyman, they would bring that. It's a team concept. That's how you work in the playoff. Now, for you, if you think Tyler Toffoli, he's great and he's better to Josh Anderson, and you love and you want to have Tyler Toffoli to win your Stanley Cup, it's all good. I just tell you, my kind of team, when I go to playoff, I want grinder. I want people work hard. I want people go to the face in the corner and face to the music. Toffoli is the guy wait. A Pacioretty in the playoff is not to give you that. But Pacioretty can score. That's the hands they have, the shot they have. But you don't have those kind of players can puck retrieval. That's difficult about that one over there. I always said, if they don't have a players with Pacioretty and Stone to pick up the puck, that line he called Stone and Pacioretty, it will not work a lot during the playoff. You need to be sure you have some people pick up the puck and the playoff. If not, you're going to have a difficult time. A four-checker guy. It's not to for each four-check. That's what I'm talking. I try to explain to you. Renault wish Toronto have a Toffoli. Anderson have good speed on rush. He can create something with skating. Toffoli is friend. Yes. Is Josh Anderson compare? I think Shane Carson have a better skill, talented on the abilities about that one. I think he was a little bit stronger also. I would like Shane Carson. So Anderson have a bad, he like there was Cass and Son. David Savard have Sabres in the comparison. I will let McNabb from Vegas and I just extend him. Yes, GB, great player. Play pool for team. Cannot compare player this time. What do you reset? What do you do to reset Caulfield? Last year was not a fluke, but he's clearly struggling. Let him play. Give him 16, 17, 18 minutes. Let him make mistake and then go with him, sit with him, and show him. Then you go to see, after the blue line, you cross the blue line, right? Shot that puck. I will sing a song for him. Shot that puck. shot that puck, shot that puck, shot that puck. He's come to the bench, shot that puck, shot that puck. That's only he has, is shot that puck. If you don't get it, he's not going to score. But it's normal, make mistake. Dominic Charm sit the players 13 minutes, 12 minutes, 11 minutes. It's not how you develop. You need to play. If you don't want to play 12 minutes NHL, same in Laval, give him 22 minutes per game. But teach him, show him, explain. He struggled on the defensive side. Why he struggled? But he make mistake, they sit him. He does the same thing with Romanov. That's why I said, I don't know why Dominic Charm is there now. I don't get it. But I'm not the coach. I'm not the manager over there. I'm making lunch at the same time until I'm your live stream. Corey Hill, what kind of lunch? Give us what kind of lunch you do. I think what Renault is saying is the experience of winning the Stanley Cup, coach. Yeah, I'm not talking about experience a lot on that one over there. I'm talking about my typical players you will need. And again, I just said Toffoli is not, I never said Toffoli is bad. I just said you need a kind of players, different players in the playoff. You cannot have only player like Toffoli. And with Toffoli, you're not going to win. It's a concept of the team together, the lowest that time over there, the kind of player you go all the way at the deep zone. You're right, coach, is the whole team to win, not just one player. What is your for lunch? Corey, here we go, Danny. You got some fish, Danny. Toffoli is more like a show horse. Anderson is a race horse, but inconsistent is play. Toffoli must have a very good agent. $4 million for less of 20 goals and no effort. Second question is a budget, Anderson. What do you think of Tim's result over the game? It was incredible. Yes. Great play. You know what I mean? Like, talk about talent. He scored in the inside post, right shoulder of Koskinen. He have no many space over there. He did it. Great release from Suzzle for sure. Would Chris Kreider have been able to score much in the 80s, or you let the bossy treatment score less? The threat of Chris Kreider, guys, because he go in front of the net. He finally shoot the puck and he go in front of the net. That's what makes it fun of Chris Kreider. Talent-wise, Mike Bossy was 5 times better to Chris Kreider. Talent-wise. Not many people can compare to Mike Bossy. He's the super elite players, the number 1 in NHL with goal average per game in NHL. The closest ones coming out close to him is going to be Austin Matthews. Where I consider it would be considered Austin Matthews the best player never be dressed or wearing the jersey of the Toronto Maple Leafs at the level he's going right now. I think he have 222 goals or 20, I don't know, 200 something goal and 371 game in NHL. So he's on the pace to score like 600, 700 goals during his career. If he continues to perform it that way, Austin Matthews, he's just a machine of scoring goal. Coach, do you Avalanche resign, and can they afford him? I don't think so. They can afford him, unfortunately. At that moment, the team would be, someone will give him like $9 million, I believe. And I don't think so. They can enough to get that kind of money somewhere. My concern about Kadri, can he repeat? He's 31 years old. I will really, really be careful. If I'm Montreal Canadiens, I don't look at that. Like someone mentioned, I don't know, GB or Renault, I will go with Patrice Bergeron for 2-3 years and get about $6 million right there. And or 2 years contract, and then don't touch. I would not touch the Kadri at all. If I was GM, I would not touch him at all. Coach, to get to see you tonight, show chat and coach, great goal by Matthews, pick up the puck at the open net. Matthews love hockey, and you can tell Pierre. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, whatever you don't like Toronto, you have to admit, you have to be honest with them. With them, he is a really good hockey players, and he performed very well for them about that one over there. I'm supposed to go to give you, you guys, you entertaining me with your question, comments, or anything like that. I'm just losing time, and I should come here to tell you all kind of stuff like that. First of all, I will not do who I am because we're going to go in the contest right now and the Frenchie quiz. But Austin Matthews become the fewest game to 400 career point, and the franchise of Toronto Maple Leafs 372 game it took for him to get 400. Prior to him, it was Sil Apps, Lenny McDonald, Travis Sedler, Frank Mahovlich, Ted Kennedy, Borg Sandming, Dave Keon, Carey Lehman, and Jan Tolbol. You talk about some Hall of Fame and NHL. So give you an idea how Matthew is doing well in this sellout yesterday in Ottawa. Finally, they got their first sellout for the last 4 years. 500 people it was in the building last night, so it was a sellout. Sorry but when I saw that this morning, I was just starting to laughing about that. But the way they did that, that's crazy, but they did it. So I just want to sharing with you about that one. Shout out in Ottawa. The Minnesota Wild signed yesterday Jordan Greenway, 3 years contract. I believe it's $3 million, if I can recall it. Don't have a lot of offensive on fire. You talk about Josh Anderson, but that's the kind of player is Jordan Greenway. And I said he is like Josh Anderson, but that's a kind of prototype of players where they go. They go in the corner, hit everybody, big presence in front of the net, everything like that. That's what Jordan Greenway is about that. It's friend between the Minnesota signed him at $3 million and Josh Anderson at 5.5. But maybe at some point, coach should do a video about Marc Bergevin, why he was not great GM about the salary cap or the money gave contract. But that's another conversation. So Jordan Greenway, you need a guy like him in the playoff. You need like Marcus Foligno in the playoff. You need those kind of players in the playoff. But the fact like they got him at $3 million for 3 years, they need that kind of contract because their salary cap will be hit next season with Parise and Sutter. Actually, I'm so much is breaking record. GB hat trick. I know Buddy Monkey left, but I want to share it with you. Sam Reinhart sang a hat trick yesterday for the Florida Panthers. I just want to go with them, honestly. 74 goal this month for them. It's a record goal score for 1 month. 74 goal for the Florida Panthers. It's not over yet. 12 win, most win in a 1 calendar month in franchise history for the Florida Panthers. They just continuous, guys, to create history after history about that. What about Lundell? 16 and 15 game point in January. He became the most point per rookie calendar month in the Panther history, eclipsing Jesse Belanger. When I saw the name, I started laughing. Jesse Belanger played for the Montreal at some point. Most assists in 1 game for the rookie, the NHL expansion area, since like 67. Lundell is a 5, like Sutter, Barzell, RNH, Alexander Bikawa, Malkin, Makarov, Stashny, Osborne, and Stashny, the brother. Just give you an idea, not many people did it, and Lundell did it yesterday. Unbelievable performance. And then Mr. Bain from the Columbus Blue Jacket is going to be out for a minimum 4 weeks with a groin injury. This is the score of yesterday, guys, in NHL. 8-4 Florida Panthers. You know what happening. 6-4 Toronto. 3-2 Ottawa. 2-1 Detroit against Anaheim. And the Vancouver Canucks beat the Chicago Blackhawks 3-1. And they are a little bit what happening for a score. Overall, McDavid, Nurse score for Edmonton yesterday. Shabbat, Paul, Zazol, Vancouver, Chiasson, Barzer, and Shan. Murphy for Chicago. New Jersey, Zaka, Bogvis, Honson, Bastion. Matthews, 3 goals yesterday. Spencer, Manor, and Mikheyev. And then Detroit guy, Osterley, scored an OT. It was his first goal in the last 62 game. I don't know what Bashel was thinking to put him on the OT. Maybe he did a wrong number or he did not realize who he was sent on the ice. But congratulations to Bashel to get the right players. Raquel score. And then finally, you know exactly what Florida, Tampa Bay, what happening. And then at the end of the day today, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 game on the program today in NHL. Well, yes, Colby on at 7 o'clock, the Toronto versus the New Jersey Devils. We're going to follow up also the Florida Panthers against the Rangers. And then we're going to check at 10 o'clock, well, not 10 o'clock, but after the game, we're going to check in the Colorado game and see what's going on over there. But that will be the conclusion of that one over there. Both this finally breaking out a little. Joseph, I agree with you. So if Chariot value is less at a trade deadline because of more seller, will they move him early? It could happen, Johnny. All depends again the money they get in return, like the money that what they get in return. But like remember, it's maybe at some point the first round pick would be not possible for Chariot. Maybe he will get the second. I still believe me. Since months ago, the New York Rangers are looking for a left defenseman. The Chariot could be the one, and in return they get Grazov. Can Jeff Gordon use his relationship with Chris Drury? If you turn that, I don't know. But I think that would be a good trade to get a prospect. For me, I will go that direction for Chariot. A kind of Villardi or Kravtsov or be someone like that. On the right side over there, they are pretty solid. Can they get Petrie? The problem with New York, it will be the salary cap after that. Maybe he can make a deal with Likonen and Chariot together, and they get in return Grazov and maybe a pick, or maybe, I don't know, they would be willing to give a Jack or Jones over there or Lindquist over there. But I don't think so. It will be too much at the end of the day, but it will be interesting to see that. I'm proud out of Saint-Evans. That Renault, okay, I got it. Thomas Chabot is doing a really good. You need to keep that doing. Chabot finally score. That's good news. David Arthur is in the house. Don't forget to click on the likes. Is Campbell in the net tonight? I wonder. I think GB. If I'm Shelton Cave, I come back with Campbell. Because you want to give him confidence. To tell him, I trust you. You are my goaltender, all right? And everybody have a bad performance. But he can come back with Marinchek, honestly, right? But if I'm the coach right now, or because you have a bad game, he doesn't do well, maybe with the goalie coach, Steve Briard, they will sit together and say, you know what, let's go finish with Marinchek. And that would be the only way I can get. Nogjen Burden, thank you so much, buddy. From the Twitch. Thank you so much, Nogjen Burden, about it. Do you like Razab? A lot. A lot. A lot. Shabbat is going to be a problem for the Sash until 2030. But right now, Renault Shabbat is not doing well, honestly. It was what? Shabbat scored his third goal of the year at $8 million. That's a lot of money. And Shabbat is not very good on the defensive side. So for me, Shabbat right now underrated is overrated right now at that moment with that kind of players he's playing right now for them. About that, he played 20 minutes. I gave him. He's a good player. I understand that, but right now he don't have a great year for the Ottawa Senators. He just scored 3 goals for the last month, I believe, something like that. But he did not deliver what the expectation are for this season. He's still young, but for me, he don't have a good year this season. I think plenty of the team have film on cable now, GB. Possible. Be right back, buddy. Not a problem, David. One player could personally help the Rangers is Dallas star forward Joe Pavelski, 19 goal. Possible, GB, on that one over there. That's a great comments about that. What GB, the Rangers need is a right wing. So that would be important in looking for the right wing somewhere. I don't know who is be available, but that'll be someone I will looking for them. Who can see making a big splash for Jimmy Miller outside of the Rangers? Good question. My head is spinning right now to figure out. I don't know. I want Minnesota to load up for a run if it will be huge revenue. Will all the most Quebec like market in US? Yes. It's remember to Toronto. The only way you do this, Jose, is you have to trade Kerfoot. Mano have 6 goals in the last 6 games. At least he did not score in Detroit. Thomas Chabot have 23 points. Is doing really good, really. Not really, Corey Hill. 23 points at $8.5 million. Defenseman number 1 played 28 minutes. Corey, he does not play at the level he should play. He should have 40 points. He's considered one of the top 10 defensemen that when he signed a contract. That's where he is right now. I understand for you maybe play well, but for me, he don't have that kind of year like he's supposed to get. His expectations about 1 point per game, and right now he does not. He played 28 minutes per game. So for me, John, not Jamie, I have a Canada restriction. You want a USA team. How about that? All right, time to get there. 7 minutes. Let's don't wait what we do at the end of the show, guys. I'm behind. I apologize. Like I said, I would talk hockey all day long if nobody picked me and ask a question. Here we go. Patrick Sharp, his worst season in NHL, have a minus 20. Over or under? Do you believe he has a 1 year over, minus 20, under or over? Over, said David Arthur. Under Jose, under Corey, under Andy, under RJ. Thank you, RJ. B, he said Joseph. Joseph said B. Renaud said under. Thank you. Pierre said under. We'll wait for the mulligan. If someone can show up. Anybody else? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, King got it at the last minute. Ron King, he got it at the last second of this. Minus 22, guys. So then David Arthur, GB, we're going to give it to you. And Joseph and Ron King, 20, and GB got it. Congratulations for them. The next one. How many times Larry Robinson was a nomination? So 1, 2, and 3 for the Norris Trophy as the best defenseman. Not he win it. A nomination during his career of 20 years in NHL. 5 times. Under or over? Joey Ramada in the house. The New York Rangers. He said under. Joey. Thank you. David Arthur said over. Andy said over. We have Jose Duarte said under. Thank you so much. Pierre Martin said over. GB said under. Joseph said under. Corey Hill said over. We have Renault said over. We're missing Renault. We're missing We're missing R20. 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 Too late. Over 6 times, Mr. Renault got it. We have David Arthur take the lead at 2. And then we have a bunch of people at 1 at that moment. So 1 more to go. Can David Arthur play perfectly a perfect game today? Talking about the man earlier. Why not talking about him right now? Chris Grader has 275 block shot during his career. Under or over? Wrong guess is correct. Chris Grader has 275 block shots during his career. Under or over? Corey Hill over. Hold on. My computer, I need to look something. Hold on. I think we have a problem, Watson. All right. Wow. 6-time Renault. Corey said over. Wait, over B. Actually, big B. Over. Renault could explain a soft blank shot. Does is include playoff. David Arthur said over. Andy Coivo said over. Carril said over. Joey Ramada said under. We have GB over. Wait. Joseph Lamb said under. Reggie said B. Joey Ramada actually picked B. Pierre Martin said B. José Duarte said under. Andy said over. Rand Quinn said over. And we have G&D. But ladies and gentlemen, the answer is under. And I make a mistake. I want to be sure I put the answer 275, but the answer is 273. So that's what I want to be sure I verified that. 273 under. And ladies and gentlemen, that way, David Arthur has 2 good answers. And Joseph Laham come back and tie the game and win today. David Arthur and Joseph Laham with 2. RV, GB, Antico Villa, Pierre Martin, Corey Hill, José Duarte, Renault, and Joey Ramata have today 1 good answer. So that's what happened about that. Stephen Member show up at the last minute. No, it was not Joey. 2 good answers for Ron, I think, because the second one, Ron with Kings 20, honestly, we gave you also 2. because I think I missed the second question about that one over there. Randy and Roger in the house. Welcome aboard. Everything hopefully doing well. Don't forget before you leave, guys, to click on the likes. That'd be awesome. Don't forget, guys, 5 o'clock today, prediction of the game within our tap. There's a fun time today. We're going to go to the saloon today. So join us. We gave free beer, and you're going to be surprised who is at the front door at the saloon tonight for in our tap, because we have a couple of interesting players willing to make some drink. They need some beer because they're not doing well. So I look forward to you at 5 o'clock tonight. And of course, 7 o'clock, live stream, play-by-play with the hockey coach, Garuko Frenchy. We're doing tonight the Toronto Maple Leafs versus the New Jersey Devils. So I look forward to you tonight. Until then, of course.
You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
Thank you so much, everybody, to join us for another morning skate show. And before we leave, we wish you an amazing, blessing afternoon. And I will see you a bit later. Until then, be well, be healthy. And of course, try not only to dominate your day today, but find a way to dominate your year 2022. Have an amazing, great day, everybody. Thank you, Joseph. See you later. Happy birthday, Belady. Johnny Guy looks like he needs drink behind you left shoulder. I know. Okay, one day I will get 3 the road. Just need to be patient. Yes, sir. RJ. See you later. Ron with Kings. Congratulations. Alabama Summer at the Saloon, Renault. Have a great day. Oh, Joey Ramada. Have an amazing 7 member. We love you, buddy. We miss you. Randy, Iron Roger, Andy Koivula, David Arthur, Pierre Martin. We have Danny T a little bit earlier. Kelly, she was around. We got about also GB. GB is in the house too. Harry Hill. I miss you. I apologize. Until then, have an amazing good day, everybody. Johnny, I miss you, buddy.
Come on, get a grip now of all the ways we parted. You showed in